Morning. Looks like I was having a connection. I was about to start at 6:30. I was sitting here on the phone waiting at 6:25, and then Lucas, my youngest, texted about a bagel. He's got some of his AP exams today, so I had to run up real quick and make that. But 52-1. Just remember, so many times we wait till New Year's Day, to start something new or stop something or create a habit. The reality is creating new habits is hard. I get it. You just got to do it. I mean, it's kind of like just me taking a break from drinking. You just do it. That's what you do. And, I took a class a long time ago that said it takes 21 days to create a new habit or change your habits. I don't know if 21 days is right or wrong, but the reality is if you really want something, you have the willpower, it shouldn't take more than a day, one day. But 52-1 is there's 52 Mondays to one New Year's Day. So, there's 7 days to 1 week. So why are you waiting until next week? When you got 365 days a year instead of 52 weeks, why are you waiting until New Year's Day when there's only one of those a year and there's 52 Mondays? Today's Monday, so I say start today. Yesterday morning I was going to do a doc video, but the last minute I got off duty Saturday morning. It worked out that Lucas's games were changed and I was flexible. So I was, instead of Jessica driving him over on Friday to Jackson, Mississippi, we just drove over Saturday morning, which is phenomenal because, he scored the first goal in both games, or first goal in the first game, second goal in the second. Regardless, it's my kid. You know what I mean? You care about watching your kid. You love watching the team. But I got to go there, which is cool. And now we're going to Colorado. So those are things you don't want to miss, but you got to be flexible. So yesterday morning was the first morning that I slept past 6 a.m. and I don't know, well over a month. So, this morning I easily could have stayed in bed, but I'd said I'd be doing this doc video at 6:30 and, I did it at 6:40, but I've been up since 5:30. I got up and got out of bed as soon as the alarm went off. I didn't delay. I didn't do it. My coffee maker was set for 5:15. So 52-1. So, don't wait, start today or make it Tuesday. There's 52 Tuesdays in a year instead of one New Year's Day. And at the end of the day, you got to start the habit today. There's no need in waiting, delaying, and stop worrying about perception. And I'd like to talk about this. This is a pretty common thing in the fire service, is worried that somebody is going to, look down on you, question you, kind of laugh at you because you've done something one way and now all of a sudden you're doing it a different way. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Why are you worried about what they think? You know what I mean? It'd be like me being, almost 50 years old and being worried that somebody's going to say, well, he ain't never had a mustache before. You know what? I don't give a fuck. I try not to use cuss words, but, there's another thing about being 50. You don't give a shit anymore. So stop worrying about if somebody likes your post, doesn't like your post, if somebody watches your video, doesn't watch your video. Stop worrying about if somebody comes to your class or, they don't come to your class. Shit, man, you don't need them anyways. You start doing your own track. You start watching these billionaires, these millionaires, these people in business and these people that write books or whatever you want to use. Hell, not everybody likes Ronaldo. Not everybody likes Messi. Some people like Messi, some like Ronaldo. If you know two of the best soccer players in the world, that's always a big debate. People debate over Michael Jordan and LeBron James. I mean, literally. Stop worrying and you focus on how you're going to make yourself better. And I tell you this, more times than not, your biggest supporters will be outside of your area code, definitely outside your zip code. People don't like competition sitting next to them. Somebody doesn't like people don't like it when their neighbor's landscaping or yard or grass looks better than theirs. When your neighbor's grass looks better, yard looks better, you make up bullshit excuses. Well, they got more time. They're retired. They inherited money or, they got 4 boys that they can have take the load to cut the grass and weed their flower bed, or they have the luxury of, he gets to stay home or she gets. Stop worrying about that. Worry about yourself, and I promise you'll be so much better off if you worry about what's going on behind your curtains and your walls as a whole. Because I'm going to tell you, man, people don't like success. I'm going to say that again real slow. People don't like success in others. They say they do. And I'll tell you this, and I'm just going to be real blunt with you. You know, whether you say my career is successful or not in the fire service, I look back now and people that supported me in 2006, the first year I taught at FDIC, and the people in 2006 that would have shared, liked, and promoted my class or a social media post, there's a lot of them, they wouldn't do it today because they don't like what success has brought me, or they feel that I don't need any more publicity or any more marketing. And this isn't about me, this is about you. And what I use that just as an analogy, as an example. I'm just telling you, if you're going to have the drive to do better, to get promoted, to have a better business, not everybody's going to support it. Not everybody's going to like it. They're just not, man. I've read a lot of stuff over the years, and the reality is it's amazing when somebody, and at the end of the day, money makes the world go round. Money doesn't make us happy, but it is something to think about and consider. I've seen it happen a lot when somebody becomes successful financially, when somebody, and let's just not even say it's successful, when somebody ends up having a higher income and they financially get more money, they make more money, and they have the ability to do things, whatever, go out to dinner, buy nice things, live in a bigger house, pay for their kids to not have a job, and whatever it is, it just, everybody said, when that happens, if you go analyze who supported them, promoted them, hung out with them before they had that and who they, and afterwards, it's drastically different. This isn't my perception. This is written in books. This is just the reality of how it works. So if you want to be successful, career-wise, get promoted, you're going to end up hanging out with some different people. It doesn't mean you can't have your same friends. I mean, I'm going to always have some of my same friends. It doesn't mean I hang out with them all the time, but they're still my core, friends that I want their opinion, I want their advice, that sort of thing. And they change sometimes too. But if you're looking to be status quo and you're not looking to maximize the 52 Mondays versus the one New Year's Day as we started out, then that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to push to be successful and you're looking to achieve the next level of whatever it is you desire, money, promotion, recognize, a brand, then you're going to have to leave some people behind. And that's where we talk about the energy bus. And I've been a big fan of it since John Gordon came out with it. But if you read the history with John Gordon, it's not much different than Sylvester Stallone in the movie Rocky, was told no, 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 no so many times, but he kept pushing. And most people that are successful didn't get a yes the first time. See, we want to work around and we want to make bullshit excuses about somebody else's success. That's the most common thing, is when somebody perceives somebody else as being more successful than them or having something that they may desire or want, but they don't have the cojones, they don't have the courage to admit that's something they want. More importantly, they don't have the courage to go out and just get it. Then they make excuses why somebody has something. People don't like Tom Brady. Well, shit, Tom Brady played football only 2 years in high school, barely made the team, was like, whatever it is, I'm not, a huge football guy. I think he was like in the 6th round or the 4th round or something. Shit, man. Look at Danny Warfel, Heisman Trophy winner out of Fort Walton Beach. Look at Tim Tebow, which I think is phenomenal. My kids look up to Tim Tebow, a Heisman Trophy winner. Neither one of them were successful in the NFL, but they're successful in life. They were successful in college football. So, things don't always start out the way you want. Sometimes things don't always end the way you want. Sometimes they start out great, they end okay. Sometimes they start okay and they end phenomenal. What matters is you're maximizing those 52 Mondays, those 52 Tuesdays, and not just wait until New Year's Day. And that your perception is reality. And you got to stop worrying about the perception of others. And I'm guilty of this. So remember, for anybody that hasn't listened to me for years, anything I talk about is based on my own experiences. So, if I'm preaching about something, it's because I'm a sinner every single day. But I'll tell you this, don't worry about who's liking it. I'm going to be very blunt with you. I could get 400 likes on something, and not 4 of them will come from people within the fire department I work for. But I can promise you 40 people in my fire department saw it. I used to let that bother me. I don't anymore. So think about that. 400 could like something I post. Not 4 people, not even 1% will like it, but there's 40 that saw it. And then I'll go to work the next day and they're going to be nice to me. They're going to like me. And they saw it and they read it. Now, it's not like they were just scrolling, because you don't have time to just like everything. They psychologically, they purposely, they mentally had to skip hitting the like button. I'll be honest with you. I think it's funny as shit now. For years, I let me bother it. What they've done to me is told me they're not really excited about my success and that 400 other people like it. And so the reality is, the perception is them not liking it is affirmation that I'm making a move. I'm making success. So for you yourself, that's what you have to do. My wife asked me last night, who did I sit with at the soccer game? And Lucas is playing on an NPL team, which means it's not his club team. He's playing on a team that's made up of a bunch of other club teams from South Alabama, Northwest Florida. So I don't really know those parents. And I didn't sit with anybody. I sat by myself. And I sat by myself because I'm there to watch my son play on the soccer team. And I don't need to sit with a bunch of parents and get sidetracked and be talking to them about politics and religion and gossip and, trying to prove to them who I am or who I'm not. I'm there to watch 90 minutes of soccer and see my son play. And it's so easy in life to get sidetracked and get distracted. And yes, at a soccer game, I could easily in 90 minutes get distracted because you could miss that one opportunity. Listen to me, folks. Listen to me. You can do something 99% of the time, and the 1% is what will cost you. That 1%. Whether it's in sales, whether it's in speaking, whether it's just in life. That 1%. You can't miss that 1%. Yesterday was the final championship. 90 minutes of play. 90 minutes. My youngest son, I'm 1 year from being an empty nester and he'll be off in college. The game was about to start, the kickoff for the final championship, for them to go to Denver, Colorado for the national championship. And I opted to run to the bathroom. And I ran. And Lucas said he saw me run. And I ran to the bathroom. I ran in there. I went to the bathroom because it was hot out and I was drinking a lot of water. I was drinking vitamin water. And I washed my hands, but I didn't dry them off. I dried them on my shirt and I walk out and I see them kicking off. And I'm like, yeah, man, I didn't miss the kickoff. Now, it's 90 minutes of play. People get up and go to the bathroom all the time for football games and all that. See, that's the difference between, soccer and American football. Well, I walk back over there and I sit down and all the parents say, hey, Lucas's dad, because they didn't know my name. I said, yeah. They said, Lucas scored. I said, what? I said, y'all are just kidding with me. We just kicked off. It's second half. I just hit start on my 45-minute countdown. They said, no, when you ran to the bathroom, the ref ran on the field because he knew we were delayed. He hit start, or said go, blew the whistle for the second half. The other team had to kick off because we kicked off in the first half. The other team's striker passed it back to a midfielder, missed a pass. One of our wingers got it, put it up to Lucas. He did one step off of his left foot and fired a shot from 30 out in the upper 90 and scored within 30 seconds of kickoff. Now, this isn't about Lucas. This isn't about me. This isn't about soccer. It's about that I missed not 1 minute of a 90-minute soccer game. I missed less than a minute, 30 seconds. 1% of the game, and it was Lucas, my son, scoring that I drove 4.5 hours to Jackson, Mississippi. And in life, that can happen all the time. The day you don't get out of bed because you want to hit snooze. The day that you don't want to make that follow-up phone call. The day you don't want to go to the gym. The day you don't want to practice, you don't want to eat your bagel or do your sit-ups or do your push-ups or do whatever it is, because, it's going to be in the post on countyfiretactics.com. You want to create a habit. You want to create change. You want to create consistency. Then you got to be consistent. And Jessica gets mad at me because I say it all the time, is let's stop talking about it and let's just do it. Stop talking about it and just do it. And here's the deal. I'm going to go back to what I opened up with, is if you're looking to keep the exact same friends, you're looking to increase your popularity, then don't get promoted, don't be successful, and hang out with exactly the same people. Like I said, you can definitely get on a new bus and give a pass to all the same people. It's just going to be up to them if they get on or off or not. You can't make them get on the bus. You just can't do it. And anybody that's followed me for over a decade knows I've always been a big fan of John Gordon's The Energy Bus. And anybody watching, if you've not read it, you want to talk about an easy read, it's a kid's book. I mean, it really is. It's not. It's an adult book, but it's a yellow book. It's called The Energy Bus. You can actually print John Gordon's posters. And look at John Gordon. He posted on Instagram the other day, and I was interested. He had a group of 4 buddies hanging out with him. It looked like he was on a boat up in New York somewhere, probably up on the Hudson. And I clicked on the first 2 names I clicked on. One guy had 2.6 million followers, 5th ranked speaker in the country. The other guy was a pastor. Holy shit. Holy cow. You guys might get lucky. Stand by. I'm going to turn it around. Hold on. Y'all aren't going to believe this. I'm not kidding you. Stand by. Oh, yeah. Right there. This is us doing doc videos. I knew he was just feeding on mullet. I don't know if it's a pod or if it's just one dolphin, but lately dolphins been coming by at least twice a day. There it is. There's 2 dolphins. All right. I can't get sidetracked. I got to get back. But they come by here every day. We don't make this shit up. I can't force them. This morning, a big old bull red came by, and I threw the lure on it, but I'm not as good as my boys. So let me turn this thing back around. All right. So at the end of the day, I got sidetracked there, but the Energy Bus, I challenge you to listen to it on audio. I challenge you to read the book. And I really want you to do this. Listen up, folks. Take a pen and paper. Take a pen and paper. Write down your childhood friends. Write down your high school friends. If you went to college, write down your college friends, or your friends that maybe you went to vocational school with, or you went to, the fire college with. And then write down throughout life those things. And you're going to realize that people come and go. They're with you, they leave, they come back, some stay, some go, and some come, and some are gone forever. What I will tell you is the most important thing you can do. The most important thing you can do. And if we were in class, I'd tell you to write this down. The number 1 person you need to be in competition with, the most important person you need to be in competition with, is the man or the woman in the mirror. Be in competition with the man or the woman that you see in the mirror. That's gonna be the most powerful thing. And I can honestly, unequivocally, as a believer, a man of faith, Christian, I can put my hand on the Bible and I can tell you, recently, for the first time in my entire life, I feel confidently that I can honestly tell you that I am truly in competition with myself. In the past, I wasn't aware of who I was in competition with, but I was definitely trying to be in competition with somebody. And I do feel lucky that at a younger age, even in 2006, the first time I taught at FDIC, I didn't consciously want to be anybody. And I had a lot of great mentors, a lot of great people that I looked up to that promoted me and supported me. And I don't take it personal, but a lot of those people are still friends. They're still mentors, but they're not going to like, share, or promote my stuff. Because see, in 2006, I wasn't perceived as a threat to them. I wasn't perceived as the person that could have the class next to them, and possibly I would have a line waiting to get in my class, or my class would have a sign, would be sold out or full. And this isn't about me, but I have to use that analogy. It's about the fact that that's just it. You can't worry about that. That, your supporters, your promoters are going to change based on your success. And I'm going to say that again. Your supporters, your promoters, the ones that are looking for you to succeed will change as you become more successful. And people are going to be jealous if you become consistent in life, because consistency is the most challenging thing for us all. Consistency is the most challenging thing for us all. And if you study somebody that has emotional intelligence, you study somebody that's successful in what you perceive is a lot of walks in life, then they're most likely consistent, and I look at different people that I really know well and people that I don't necessarily know well. And when I perceive that they're successful, I view and see as consistency. My neighbor definitely seems very, successful. I can almost tell you what time in the morning his truck's going to leave the driveway, what time it's going to come home, when he's going to come home for lunch to walk his dog, what he's going to do on the weekends. It's consistency. He has a calendar, he has a focus, he has a drive, and he's making the most. And I'm going to close out with this here because we don't want to make these too long. We're about 23 minutes into it. He realizes there's only 168 hours in a week. That's it. 7/24s, 168 hours in a week. You got to make the most of every hour in the day. And, I've listened and I've watched Jocko for years, and, give me a thumbs up or a like if you too have seen Jocko's, Timex, whatever. I think it's like a triathlon watch where he posts the time he gets up, and he posts it every single day of what time he gets up. And there's so many other people that you see where they post that success starts at 0500. Success, for me, it's 0530. That's my new thing. 0530 is when success starts. And you got to determine it, but I believe it so much. People say, why can't I do it at night? It's just different, man. You got to get out of bed before the sun rises. You got to get out of bed and you got to start success today. You got to, do it. And remember, you might get 400 likes, but 4 of them are going to be from your area code. Less are going to be from your zip code. But 40 of them are going to be from your zip code. They just consciously didn't like it because they're not looking to promote you. And that's why you need to remember, only be in competition with the man or the woman in the mirror. Don't be looking for validation. Don't be looking for acceptance. Don't be focused on perception. You be focused on your reality. And I'm going to close with this. 2 things. Most powerful thing out of Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Lights. Most powerful thing out of Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Lights. And he's a phenomenal, high IQ, intelligent, successful, not just actor, but person in life. And his book talks a lot about growing up where his mom and dad got divorced, got remarried, got divorced, got remarried. And it's ironic that his mom would run off to Navarre Beach from Texas, which is right down the road from here. But in Matthew McConaughey's book, the most powerful thing he said is when you lay your head down at night, even if you sleep next to somebody you've been with for 10, 20, 30 years, your inner thoughts are only your thoughts. Nobody knows what you truly think. When you lay your head down at night, your thoughts are yours, nobody else. So make sure your thoughts are thoughts of success, happiness, peace, emotional intelligence, and not being in competition or acceptance of others. If you can do that, then you will find success in life. You'll find success in the emotional intelligence, daily peace, enjoyment, and with that will become financial success. And financial success is not always about a lot of money. It's just a life of not being worried about money because the way you live life. And the second thing and the last thing that I always want to start closing out with is, remember, Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. And I tell you that based on Robin Williams and a lot of friends that have committed suicide, that have appeared to have everything in life, but their battle was against themselves. So remember that today. Give love, give peace, give people patience. And remember, you're not in competition with them. You're in competition with yourself. So be patient, believe in yourself, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 6:30, maybe 6:40. I think Lucas has got his final AP exam, which starts early in the morning. It's 4 hours of nothing but testing. So you be happy you're not taking 4-hour AP exams each day in 2023. When you want to talk about pressure, you want to talk about stress and anxiety. The stress and anxiety on high school kids today to succeed is tenfold what it was for most of us. It's like, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. So God bless you. Share this post if you want to support it. Like it if you want to support it. If not, no big deal. It's not going to keep me from doing it or whatever. Check out countyfiretactics.com. The CFT 50 is the craziest deal we've ever done. And we're looking for those 50 individuals to come together at each conference in a private room, because that's 50 people making sacrifice, cut, and focusing on financially investing in themselves to get more fulfillment in the fire service. Have a great day.